Cool.
And by very profitable, she of course means bought a bunch of shit at MSRP and is gonna upsell it for 500%.
Oh, hell yes. She's probably going to make some bank here.
Yeah,
so she starts packing all the new items she has, which there are a ton of. She just starts stuffing into the different bags, and all the money that she got, she opens up that box. She fills it to the brim. She puts the box in her cloak and pulls out another box and fills it and puts it in. She does this like 3 or 4 times.
Man.
So like she's just like filled with deep pockets, quite literally.
Might have probably given us a fucking box. The amount of gold we got.
There are boxes in the cave that you can fill the gold in if you want.
Oh, we wanted to sell that padded armor, didn't we? I'll go do that.
It's like 20 gold. They're not even. Just get rid of it.
It's not. Maybe like what 50 each or something, or 5 each. It's not much.
It's not much. You get
Yeah, 5.
It's part of. It's just add like an extra like
45.
Just add an extra 50 gold on top, or you know what? Take a free potion of cure light wounds.
All right, yeah, that works for me.
It's like in Pokemon: buy 9, get the 10th free.
Exactly.
Who wants to put it in their inventory? Why is my camera so unfocused?
I don't know. I just like that your background doesn't change, so.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna just unplug it, plug it back in.
So after a day of doing that, Navi does stay for like another day, buys some more stuff from
No. She left. You've already had her leave. She's gone.
Hold on, and then she leaves. So you now
her off the map. She's gone.
You now have like about a month's worth of food, a little bit over a month's worth of food, plus what was here, plus what you brought from the camp. Most of the supplies you brought from the camp that is still around are here. Some things were sold, obviously, and honestly, a lot of the regular folk are actually in high spirits. And Coriel, a couple of them have come up to you asking, like, when can we start going out and going after these guys?
Well, I think we're doing pretty good right now. I know that Auburn seems to be itching to go up north and take on this Hobgoblin camp that we know is up there. If one of their commanders is in this camp, maybe we can find some decent information to find the rest of the Rangers.
You guys are going up there yourselves?
I mean, if anybody wants to come with us, by all means.
Let's not. Maybe we should split up our forces before we actually do that. And you hear from
the Scooby-Doo method.
You hear in the back banging on the hammer is Kinning, the dwarf. She says, "There's what, like 14 of us still? If we put it in 2 groups, 2 different hunting parties, we're probably going to be a little bit more successful. And then that also means that we can still defend this area."
You're talking about 2 groups to just hunt and get more supplies, or 2 groups to spread up to the north to find the camp?
2 groups to spread out and hunt hobgoblins. Get rid of them. Start harassing them for a bit. Instead of them harassing us.
Sorok does not believe hunt is correct grammar in that situation.
Not even suicide? Is that the word you would look for?
Correct grammar or not.
The military trade, military society, hobgoblins against untrained farmers.
We're hardy enough.
Untrained, but battle-hardened.
Battle experienced, maybe.
They are, by the way, they are slowly leveling up. But they're leveling up in their own way.
Oh my god, they're gonna get to level 1.
I was about to ask, could we spend downtime training them to make them more combat efficient and boost their levels a little bit so that they actually do become combat ready people?
Yes. What skills do you have in doing that?
I've got Profession Soldier.
Remember, one of them is a 7-year-old boy.
You know what? 7-year-old boy swinging an axe.
Oh god, this is like the Helm's Deep situation.
Well, just load them down with grenades and set them up with a shine box.
Just strap a bunch of alchemist fires to him and have him run into a
Maybe
camp.
I've watched one too many Vietnam movies, but
But yeah, I mean, if I have skill wise, I have profession soldier, and that'd probably be the best thing I could roll to try to train some of these people up.
How many days are you staying in the caves before you head up north? Because I'm assuming that's where you're going next.
Probably for the rest of our lives.
One more day would put me at full health. So I mean, if we wanted to stay
Yeah.
like a week just to make sure that we're rested up and ready to go.
All right, we could do a week, and in that week you can start training them.
Let's get down to business.
I was just
To
thinking,
defeat the Hobbs. While you train them, where do you train them? Let me ask you that. Like, is there a space you're going to do this in?
we look like we got looks like we got plenty of space in here. I mean, we've got the rooms on the other level, like the big this big room right before the brazier room. Probably be a good place.
Talking
It's got a lot of
about
floor
you
space.
talking about where the statue is?
Yes.
Okay.
What was the statue again?
It is a statue of I forget what it was actually. Hold on.
It's my favorite statue. A statue, I forget what it is. Hold on.
I want to say it was a Darrow, but I think it might
Yeah,
be
I think
a
you're right.
Troglodyte.
Probably a Darrow, since this is all the bottom level, kind of connects to the Shadowlands. So, but yeah, in this room right here is probably a pretty good place to have some combat
You
exercises,
do all your training in front of the Hobgoblin.
just so he knows what our tactics are.
Yep.
Or especially how bad we are.
So here's the question: who are you going to train?
Oh man, let me look at who we even have left.
The 7-year-old
Survivors.
boy. The grandma.
There is no
Auburn
grandma.
she's still like what,
Auburn
a
is
level
the
above
granny.
us at this point.
Auburn is level 4, I believe.
Okay, so we're even level now.
Jet.
Hmm.
Actually, no. Auburn is level. She's technically level 6, but
Because she's like a cleric.
she's a
Ranger?
cleric and ranger. Yeah, so
That's right.
but
That's right.
obviously she's not. She's dealing with NPC stats a little bit, so she has those
Right.
levels, but they're slightly gimped.
Sure. But she could also still kind of help with some of this training.
Yeah.
We have the ones that fought with us. I mean, we've got Daryl already knows how to fight.
Daryl and the surviving scouts, which include Remo, Landra, and that's it. Actually, those are the only 2 that are left.
Okay. So we've got, man, a lot of people apparently died. We lost a lot of the rich. Garriott could definitely train up. He fought a lot on the.
Well, Garrett's immortal, though.
I don't know any of the
All the
people
more
who
reason
died.
to train him to fight. He
basically.
can charge in and like not worry about anything.
I don't know. Keep him away from the bread.
You've lost Davrin, Krog, Benjamin, Garfield, Marco, Schaefer, Vardafel, Urquhart, Anar, who just kind of left, and Akon.
Krog was a
Or
PC, though. He doesn't really count.
I
Neither
wasn't
does
there
Akon.
for any of that, except for Garfield, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's the only one.
The twins, Tydell and LaRosa, have fought before with you. Erdan is a spy from Molthune, so he has
Also a
some
space
skill.
alien.
He also has bard skill, so he can fight with you.
Nothing says fighting experience like a bard skill.
Pharaoh's more of like a merchant, so he's probably not going to be in. So I think Garriott would definitely train. Kenning, probably Log. I know that he was fighting. Not Perry. We're not going to bother with Perry just yet, but yeah, probably like Garriott, Kenning, Ire, and probably Jet as well. Jet's been around the whole time.
Yeah. Meyer is actually an adept cleric, so she can cast like just 1 healing spell a day.
Let's try to train her up just to get her some more levels. Maybe she can do a little more.
You're not going to take Pharaoh or Perry?
I don't know if Pharaoh is a merchant. from what I remember. I don't think he's going to be very useful, and Perry is like a 7-year-old boy.
I'm just checking.
We can train Perry a little bit just so he can defend, but he's not going to be like a frontline fighter. Pharaoh, I would imagine, even would want to.
So now I have a very important question to ask.
No.
You
All right, that's done.
The answer is perhaps.
What's up?
Okay. The Adventure Path has an optional rule thing that they created sort of for this AP, which is known as the Militia System. It's basically their version, like Matt Colville and like his Strongholds thing that he did for 5th edition?
No.
No, I have no idea what that is, Robert. We've never seen that ever
smile
before.
on your face, Theta. You know. Just asking those leading questions. That's true, I don't.
It's,
I'm watching the Multiverse of Madness trailer.
We were watching Babylon 5.
Yeah. But it's basically a version of that where there's like checks and things, and you're just basically turning these people into a militia that fights together as a group.
Okay.
If you want to use those rules, I can give them to you, and you can read through them next time. You don't have to make a decision now at all. But if you don't want to use those rules, we could just do it based off of just however we play it by ear, basically.
I mean, putting them all in one unit together would surely get them all killed faster, so sure, let's do it. Less people to take care of that way.
This gives a overview of the system and like how its mechanics work.
I'll read through that and then figure out how we're going to do it for next time.
But in the meantime, if you do, let me know. I'll set it up. But in the meantime, why don't you roll your soldier profession?
Can we help him in any way?
Yes.
I don't know, what's your profession?
Hunter/trapper?
Not soldier, then?
Nope.
Well, that doesn't seem likely, then.
But I do know close quarters fighting.
Also, the correct answer should have been, Ho!
Well, for your profession, Coriel, please roll it for your ragtag army.
Sure.
Oh, when you needed a crit, you get a crit. Nice job.
I know, I'm not going to get any more for like 2 or 3 weeks now.
What type of training are you giving them? Fight, just close combat, ranged, or both?
Probably a small mix of both. I mean, Coriel does have a bow. He does know how to hunt, so he'd give him a little bit of that. But mostly, it's probably like a 75-25 split. 75 being more like up close skirmish fighting, because that's what he does.
Really?
Like just sword and board kind of thing.
That's what you want to do?
I mean, that's what Coriel knows.
I'm just thinking British peasants, that sort of thing. If they needed to be militia-ized, I can't words. Longbow. Quick to learn.
I mean, did they just give random peasants longbows?
Many of them already have longbows already.
It's
so
easier to teach a peasant to shoot a longbow, and then have a lot of them shoot, so it's harder to miss than it is to teach them to go hand to hand with a soldier.
I would imagine they probably just give them like pikes and have them run in and just start stabbing. But
that's called a levy.
Yeah, that depends on who we're talking about, but that's usually just levying troops.
That's what I'm saying. You get a bunch of them standing in the back. They aim just wildly into the battlefield.
Sure. Well, but like you said, these are people that mostly know how to hunt, so they all have bows and longbows and crossbows and whatnot to begin with. So yeah, it's probably still going to be like a 75-25 split because they need to learn how to fight up close because they're going to have hobgoblins trying to fucking swarm them. So
I mean, just keep in mind, all my observations are literally, I don't give a shit. Each one of these guys that dies becomes a soldier for me anyway.
Oh god,
it's true. You raise them all up and we never lose them.
So you spend a week training them, and the training goes really well. Like, even like some of the weaker people who have never really picked up a sword or dagger before, the likes of Jet, for example, seem to grasp the concepts. Perry learns a little bit to defend himself. Pharaoh, does what he can. The more experienced among you, which is basically Daryl, his men, Garriott, and Erdan, Actually are learning some new techniques to at least make them more survivable in the field. Auburn is also giving them her own advice and showing them how to little tips and tricks with the bows as well. One day while you're training, Coriel, you hear a voice behind you, and it says, "Not bad, huh? You're pretty good as a commander."
I turn around. I assume this is our hobgoblin friend.
Oh yes, he's been watching you for a few days now.
Thanks. I've never really commanded anyone before. Just kind of showing them what I know.
And where'd you learn your skills?
I enlisted in the militia forces to go and fight Molthune at the border, and any incursions from the mountains and whatnot.
Yeah, so you chose to fight.
I did. I figured that at some point they'd roll through my area and start conscripting people when they needed them. So thought I'd go ahead and pitch in.
He actually nods like almost in approval to that, as if he's like he can respect that. And he says, "And your goal is to defend yourselves?"
I mean, that's the main goal. But we have to take the fight up to your people. It seems like we might. We certainly will.
Hopefully it'll be a good one then. With the training you're giving them, they might have a chance now.
I don't know what kind of forces would be up against.
Look, I can respect what you're trying to do with them, but I can't give you that kind of information. Just know that he's not one to mess around with. Hobgoblins and bugbears, animal beasts of war, that's what you'll have to contend with, and that's not even the whole army. That's not even all the commanders.
What about the main general you told us about, Lady Azaersi? What's she like?
She's a very good commander. And she's very effective at what she does.
Her soldiers are loyal?
Very.
Are they loyal or are they afraid?
When one promises that they'll be free and have their own land, fear doesn't factor in as an equation to that.
Well, if we're lucky, maybe we could reach some sort of agreement, but everything you've said, it doesn't seem like your people are going to want to talk very much.
You have a lot to learn about hobgoblins, then. Perhaps maybe it's what you're saying is the problem. By the way, quick tip. And he's going to do a quick roll.
He flashes you.
That's some tip.
It's big, isn't it? No.
Oh no.
God damn it.
He did not say that. I have to add it later, but he actually says to you, maybe it's nothing, but I noticed that you seem to favor your right side too much. Just be careful with that. You want to stay more balanced.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
I assume you're right-handed, so you've been using the axe on the right hand?
Shield on the left, axe on the right.
Yeah, so that probably is what he's pointing out there. Yeah, your left side's too exposed. If they get that, that's a bad habit. All the hobgoblins have to do is start flanking you from the left, and you'll be decimated.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Consider it a professional courtesy.
Appreciate it, soldier to soldier.
Good luck, General. He almost says like the last word, kind of joking, but like, it's weird. Like he's like being sarcastic, but also trying to be like somewhat, respectful at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I'll tell him no need for anything like that. I'm just some guy that cuts down trees.
That's how you start. Then one day you'll be the guy getting the medals.
I'm just trying to go back to cutting down trees. Trees don't cut back.
Unless they're filled with elves.
You know,
God damn it, Daryl!
What if it's a dryad?
you're cutting down trees, and suddenly
Well,
you're
a
cutting down
dryad's
people.
not a tree, it'd be an ant.
Then you're
All
cutting
right,
down trees again.
A treant?
Treants would definitely cut back.
A lot of like little
Or
woodland
humes,
creatures
which
would
are
go back.
half trents. Half ants, rather.
Man, there's a deep cut. Speaking of,
I was just watching a thing today, so...
Ah,
Also, I like this touching conversations happening over the head of two bleeding skeletons.
the skeletons
just
are just
watching.
standing there watching.
That's their job. Well, one of them is watching into the room, the other one is watching out of the room.
Mhm. Then the Hobgoblin continues to watch as you all train. Honestly, like some of the people are a little concerned about this. A few of the farmers and even like Daryl probably points out, like, do we really want him watching us do this?
Probably nothing that he wouldn't already know. I mean, if the Hobgoblins were hired out to fight for Molthune, they've probably already fought plenty of us before. They would know what our tactics are and know how we fight. I'm only showing you everything that I already know.
Well, every little bit helps, I guess, but we should just, and this is Daryl talking, we should just be careful with our friend here. And he kind of says the word friend derivatively, you know what I mean?
Then he says, by the way, what's going on with your ears?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
God,
Ears
he
are
hates
fine.
elves and hobgoblins.
He just hates elves, from what I
Yeah,
remember.
half elves are okay.
Yeah. Check Daryl's sheet. What is the other language he speaks again, by the way?
What is the other language he speaks?
You
Check
speak
it.
Hobgoblin?
My
See,
goodness.
opening pages. Yeah.
Well, ain't that something?
The thing I see here is you dreamt of a life lived with the Manticore.
No, it's on his character sheet, not in the background. I didn't change any of his stats. Whatever you
Languages are
put there is
common at
what's
work.
there.
Oh, he speaks Orc.
Yeah.
Work.
Made you look is what I mean to say.
You're such a dick sometimes,
God
though.
damn it.
I don't know if it's like a lovable way or an irascible way.
Look, we spent 2 hours shopping. What do you want from me?
I don't know. I'm trying to do like character development at the same time.
Yeah. I had a long conversation with this guy. And then we had another long conversation with this guy. Eventually, we're going to figure out what to do with it. Or Anton and Sirach need to have long conversations with this guy.
Well, I'm waiting
Everyone
for.
gets a turn.
Well, everyone can get a turn, but I'm also waiting for you to make a decision. What are you going to do with him?
It says choice. We already
Yeah,
gave him the choice.
Not it.
Not it on what? Talking to him or the choice?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm saying it's his choice. As the person who's done most of the
Exactly.
primary negotiation.
That means it's not me.
Right.
As far as everything else, so you spend a week training them, and I'm going to do this off screen, but they are going to get some stat increases. So, like a little bit more attack, a little bit more HP, things like that. And also, you can gear them up with new weapons if you want.
I think we sold most of our extra
Yeah, I would say
weapons.
from where?
I mean, most of them already have.
The masterwork stuff. So then
Masterwork
I guess
stuff
it doesn't
too.
matter. So then,
Yeah.
like with the weapons they have, they'll just keep those. They'll just have like a little bit extra,
Yep.
like BAB and all that stuff. Base attack bonus. After that, it's been about a week. Everybody's feeling a lot better, a lot more energized. What is your next step? Because Auburn's ready to go out whenever you are.
I guess the next step is to go up north and find this Hobgoblin camp that King told us about, that
Like
Auburn
that.
seems to be.
Well, what about the Rangers?
Oh, yeah, Auburn's plan was to take 2 teams of 14, and we've trained 12 guys
No, it was dividing you guys up into 2 teams.
of 14.
No, we don't have 14 people.
That's the number you threw out.
I know. I just threw out. There's 14 of you total. Divide that up.
Into
And
one team
even
of
that
2
number-
and another team of 12, apparently.
There's actually like 12, 13, 14. There's like 17 or 18 of you right now. So
So 12 of us are going to head south to a tropical island. You other 2, good luck on assaulting the Hobgoblin camp.
and Anton, what were you saying?
I was wondering about the Ranger camps that we could be looking for.
Well, Auburn says we don't know where they are. The only one that does might be downstairs. But that's about it. And their fortresses, according to that Hobgoblin, they've been attacked already, which already worries me. So time might be of the essence.
I mean, we know where one is.
Where's one?
We've been there. It's empty.
Are you talking about the redoubt?
I'm talking out of character as well. 'Cause my character doesn't know, but in character,
Yeah.
the character was there. King.
Yeah. She says, we know where this Camp Redjaw is already, though.
If that's the Hobgoblin camp to the north, then yeah.
Then I think we should just hit that first. Take out those hobgoblins there. Actually strike back at them for a change. And then see if they have information on where the Rangers are being held.
And if we're lucky, maybe that's where the Scarvinerus will be.
Take out one of their commanders.
So yeah, I guess we're gonna go north and check out this Hobgoblin camp.
Okay, so is the entire team going?
And Thoncho come with.
I think we should decide. We should force the decision before we leave.
Which decision?
The Hobgoblin, because we can't leave him behind. And I'm taking my undead with me if I'm going.
Want to bring the Hobgoblin with you?
Probably should. This is one chance to prove which side he's going to stay with, or otherwise, get killed.
And we definitely don't want to let him go alone. Report, how many people that we have and where we are, and can't just leave him in the cave because that's resources he'll be draining.
That's what I'm saying. Either we take him with us or we kill him now.
Take him with us. We'll see what happens.
Interesting. Okay. I'll add him to the party.
Yeah, we're at Final Fantasy IV now. There's 5 party slots.
Fun.
That's right, Robert. I made you the bard. He has an attack that puts people to sleep.
I'd rather be the red wizard or anything
that was
like
Rafferty.
that. Can I be the black wizard?
That's Arkloyd.
Can I be the gambler?
Well, technically, Arkloyd, I made the black wizard before I named him in Final Fantasy IV, when he then turned into a child who turned himself into stone, so he's dead and gone out of the playthrough.
Give me a second, I'll be right back.
True to life, the Arkloyd character gets stoned.
Yep. You and Gary. Ironically, Gary's leaving, so he doesn't hear this, but Gary was the other half of the combo that turned themselves to stone to save everyone's life.
And what Final Fantasy was this?
Final Fantasy IV.
Ah,
I think their character names are Palam and Paloom or something like that. They're like twin children.
wait. So you're actually renaming all the characters?
Yeah. Final Fantasy
Okay.
1 through 3. I've had Gary. I've had myself, Griffin, Rafferty, and Lessons as my characters. Pandarin is the karate monk in my Final Fantasy IV game.
Oh boy, I feel so special.
We only survived the magnetic caves because your weapons aren't metal.
Fun.
By the way, can you do me a favor?
No.
Actually,
Maybe.
I'm gonna do a favor, and I'll message you.
Perhaps.
Yeah, no, Robert's character is a guy whose wife died,
Know who I am.
and
This is 4, you said?
yeah, your wife died, and well, see, I don't know the games, so I don't know what's gonna happen to your characters before I name them. So I just looked at what is your main class, and it's like, okay, well, I already know what my red mage, my black mage, my white mage, my warrior, and my dark knight are, because I'm naming them based on previous games. Like Griffin was a warrior, then his character that he was named for turned into a dark knight in one game. So okay, no, now he's my dark knight because that's where the story took him.
If it's who I'm thinking of, it's Edward was his original
Yeah,
name.
probably. There's 2 Edwards in the game though, but yeah, it's just the fact that he is a bard who has an attack that puts people to sleep, and it's like, who do I have multiple gifts of yawning in every game we play? So there we go. That's Robert.
I put people to sleep. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, you haven't been in the game for a long time. You got like hit by Leviathan, and you've been in the bed for the rest of the game. You did play a song that saved us in the magnetic cavern, though.
Yep.
Man,
I
haven't
also
seen
have
this
I also have the most famous line in the game.
Spoony Bard, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't have it. Somebody calls you a Spoony Bard. You don't say
Yeah.
I'm a Spoony Bard.
Yeah, no, Tella calls me a Spoony Bard if I remember correctly.
Yeah, which is Rafferty in my game. So he's dead too already.
Well, he's supposed to die.
Yep. That's what I think you missed there, Gary, is that in my Final Fantasy game, you're dead too.
I'm dead.
Yep. You're one of the 2 kids, you and Arkloid. You turned
was not
yourselves
aware.
into a stone to save the party. So you're one of 3 people now that are named that are dead.
Oh wow. Well, I'm glad I could sacrifice for such a good cause.
I mean, you could have been Tella, but I think being what's his name? What is it? Palam and Poem?
Yeah. Well, to say Tella is Rafferty, so Rafferty's also dead in my playthrough.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Anyway, I have the big map up.
Yeah, I haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah, they're starting to expand.
It's spreading. Yeah.
So it'll take you about 3 days to get to that camp.
Well, let's get cracking.
All right.
So the only thing I'm gonna ask, and I want just one person to roll it. Roll me a D100.
I'll do. Oh, never mind. Xanthos doing it. Go for it.
Okay. I mean, the good news is you don't get stopped by anything.
That's right.
So
No bathroom breaks.
no bathroom breaks whatsoever. So that's good news.
That's not good news. That's a nightmare. On a 4-day trip, 3-day trip, no bathroom breaks.
No, you did. No, that's not what I meant. Anyway.
Pop 5 balloons the first time we get stabbed.
Oh, nothing happens is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's a real backlog.
So you actually do get to the camp without incident. And now it is a 6 in the afternoon. When you do, here we go. And this is what you see. Where are you coming? You're coming from the south, right?
Have to.
Can you please place your tokens here?
Oh, I'm baby.
Say if someone's token is much smaller than the rest.
I don't know why it does that.
Lost all my
I'm
shit.
baby. I don't know, default token or something. Just different scale.
Oh, what the fuck?
You got an interesting little army here. Okay, so this is the first time for all of you to see this. You see,
You were missing 12 guys.
we are?
Yeah, we were left with a bunch of people, didn't we?
No, it's just all of you going.
Thought we trained a bunch of people to come with us.
You trained them to fight, but the idea was them not to, to be their own team to fight.
So they protect the base while we're out here.
Getting murdered. Got it.
Yep.
I hope we also train some of them in leadership. When the party leaders get killed.
Well, Kenning has some leadership. So does Daryl.
Sure. I hope it's a human-centric party we left behind.
It's going to go in a very different direction.
That's true.
The totalitarian human regime that is left.
Here's a very important question. Has the Hobgoblin been bound this entire trip or not?
No, of course not. He either proves himself trustworthy or he gets killed by his inevitable betrayal.
He does go along with you.
I mean, he's also being followed by two things that don't sleep, eat, or, rest, so... One wrong move, it's gonna be known.
He has noticed that before.
What, you mean in the week that he was in the room? Being blocked off by them?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, his binding is the two horrifying undead monstrosities that watch over him at all times.
I'll always be the Hobgoblin. Wah, wah, wah. We all have our problems, don't we?
So it's been about a week and a half. The camp itself is in what looks like almost like a jut of land that is completely like carved out of the earth. It's actually a pretty good spot. It's old, like that old cut of land. You see, like just at the top, what looks like makeshift log or wooden stairs that lead down to where the camp is. But from your angle, obviously, you can't see in the camp at all, so you don't have no idea what the numbers are. The only reason you know this is the spot is A, because of the map, and B, because you see what looks like a watchtower to the far north. And in the watchtower, there are two hobgoblins keeping watch on scouting.
And to Jimi Kendrick's cover band. Oh, there's the Yami knew it was coming.
Thank you.
I can only punch things.
The hobgoblin says, "So you're going to attack the camp, huh?"
That seems to be the plan right now.
I wonder how many are still here.
How tall is this guard tower?
How tall is that tower?
Yeah.
Let's see. That tower is about 30 feet tall,
Jesus, okay.
and it gives them an unobstructed view of the entire camp. You notice that, like it has like it doesn't have like a roof over it, but there are supports for what looks like a large, like, bronze bell of some kind. And you notice that the tower doesn't have like a regular stairwell or anything to go up it. It looks like it's just like sitting there without anything. Maybe you have to get closer to find where the stairs are.
Probably a ladder.
Probably. Was looking through all of our equipment here, and we have a potion of invisibility, and we have some alchemist fire.
Yep.
I mean, we are also standing on near a ledge overlooking the whole place. If we're going to throw alchemist fire down into the camp, is probably
That's
better.
all. Yeah, we could throw it into this pit here that seems to have some dogs, onto this tent.
Or, yeah, the tent, which... meta knowledge.
Yeah, that's the thing.
None
I can't
of you
remember. Did
can
King ever
actually.
come back and like tell us about all this stuff? I don't remember.
I mean, I don't think King was, like, awful descriptive. I mean, he did describe that the tent's made of faces of shit. So, that is a tent made of faces of shit.
Yes.
Jesus.
You can't really see what's there from your angle unless somebody wants to sneak over and take a look.
Well, that seems to be actively be happening.
Oh, I could try.
Go ahead and roll a stealth, please.
Let's see my plus 12 fail me now.
Don't jinx yourself.
I mean, you rolled a 5 effectively, so it was on its way to.
It wanted to.
I'm gonna see if the scouts see you. The watchtower. Looks like you can actually sneak close to the camp, so you should be fine.
Remember, when you make yourself known, shout Wolverines.
So this is what you see. You do notice the aforementioned tent that seems to be made out of flesh. You see faces and skin stitched together that make up the canvas right here. In the corner here, behind some brush, looks like palisades that have been set up for animals. And you see currently 2 animals in the pen. One looks like a wolf. The other looks like a warg. There seems to be a small tent that's set up over here. After a few minutes, you notice out of all things, you notice a what looks like a regular goblin come out of the tent, like nice and squat. He's wearing leather cesti, and he goes into the pen and starts brushing the wolves.
Brushy, brushy, brushy.
You see what looks like a makeshift sleeping quarter over here. There's several bedrolls that are set up. Looks like maybe for the scouts to come in and out. Currently, there is 1 scout that is sleeping there. And so I guess we'll put like a Z or something on him. They actually don't have a sleeping thing, do they? That's disappointing. We'll say this is sleeping. And you see this large tent over here. You don't know what's in there. Nothing is in or out from here. The biggest thing you see is a large group of what looks like hobgoblins and a familiar face, surprisingly,
It's your mother.
all
What's
around the
she
camp,
doing here?
all around the campfire.
Very interesting.
What side could he be on?
Thank you, Jerry Seinfeld.
Gonna sneak back and give the situation to Coriel and Auburn, of course.
Well, not me.
Well, you two might as well. I mean, there's not too many people here.
You're a clear 10 feet back. I couldn't possibly talk to you.
Bro, 10 feet. That's way out of character interact range. How can he press F from 10 feet away?
Well, hex.
So everybody gets updated on the situation here.
All right. So, like, I mean, he go ahead, Anton. Or we could just skip it and let everybody make a decision then from now what they want to do.
Well, I wouldn't know how to tell them what Anton saw without just basically repeating what you said. So, but,
Well, I mean, step one would probably be, I repeat what you just said. And then we're done.
Yeah.
Then we're done.
All right. So, what is your next step?
Okay. Well, do we want to deal with the whole bell alarm stuff? Can we deal with that?
I don't know that we're going to be able to get over there unseen. I mean, this is like open ground in between here and that guard tower.
Thought, let them know we're here. There's only one way up.
Ring the bell and let them all try to run up the stairs.
And then Alchemist fire the fuck out of the stairs.
Yeah, there's really no other way they're going to get up here.
They're in a shooting gallery. Oh, it's a shame we didn't train a bunch of people with bows and shit.
Those people already know how to fire bows and shit. That's all they did for the siege.
Then why didn't we bring them with us? I challenge for leadership of the clan. I display my mark of 8.
I feel like I should know what that is.
Postman.
Postman?
The Postman, yes.
The Kevin Costner movie?
Yes. Everybody who gets forced to join the group gets marked with an 8. And you have to prove that you're part of the group to challenge for leadership, because anybody can challenge for leadership.
I've only seen that movie once. I don't even remember that. Oh, God.
It's your fault. I remember the superior Kevin Costner movies, not like Waterworld. Who the fuck likes that movie?
I kind of like Waterworld, actually.
Does just seem to be normal hobgoblins right now. The questionable things are the tents.
Again, there's only one way up.
Yeah. They do have ranged weapons, though.
Sure, all we have to do is crouch down, and they won't be able to see us.
The only thing that I was thinking was the alchemist fire, aside from trying to use it on these stairs here, like you said, is if we wanted to try to sneak over and lob it into this animal pen to take care of this wolf and this warg, light them on fire, and then they'll start scrambling around.
But I mean, they equally have no way to get up here other than the stairs.
Other than the stairs, yeah.
The Alchemist Fire will both take care of anybody on the stairs as well as by possibly taking care of the stairs. And you know what? I heard one of us here seemed to think that the only way up the guard tower was probably some sort of ladder mechanism or whatnot. When we're ready to go down there, we could probably just take whatever they used to get up the guard tower and use it to get down into the pit.
How deep is the pit?
Give me a second. I actually had that. Hold on. It is. No, it's not there.
Oh, the pit's gone.
Wow, it's all flat ground now.
The ravine is. It's 10-foot high walls from the camp's eastern edge and 50 feet from the western edge. So, what that means basically, like this area here, you're looking at a 50-foot drop.
And then over here is 10 feet. Okay.
And I should point out that all these here are like briar bushes, so it's already thick and difficult terrain, and you can like prick yourself. To the south here.
Love the
Yes, we don't
level
want
of
to speak
explanation
through
there. On this side, it's 50 foot deep, and over here, it's 10 feet deep. What that means is over here, it's 50 feet deep.
And right here, it's between those two values.
Yes, exactly.
I believe in repetitive teaching.
I am a teacher. I do this all the time.
Yes, it's the law of advertising. When I say things multiple times, you're more bound to remember them. If I say things multiple times,
Does that mean this
You're more
entire
bound to
thing
remember
is at an angle?
Yes, it
Okay.
technically is. The map is not exactly, obviously, like a 50-foot drop from square to square. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't think there's any way I can actually do that.
I mean, it would have to be a point of view from the center. There's no way you'd be able to see this edge in and this edge in at the same time if you were looking from any
Yeah.
specific angle.
Hmm.
Well, up to you guys what we do. I can only punch things. I have limited range.
Auburn says, why don't we just take out the tower and then actually do what he says and destroy this bridge?
Whoa there, buddy. I only know one professional soldier around here.
I mean, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, but maybe let's talk to the guy who was trained to A, cut down trees, and B, lead an army.
I have not been trained to lead an army.
I don't know. I saw that
Well-
crit roll on your profession soldier.
I mean, you can teach people how to swing an axe. It's not hard.
That's what
Yeah,
a general would say.
The Hobgoblin actually will speak up and he says, you're better than you think you are, human. Or half-elf, whatever you are.
What? Who said?
Humanoid
Daryl, you're not here.
being.
I mean, we could try to take out the tower. It's just like I feel like we're gonna get spotted unless somebody wants to pop that potion of invisibility and then try to sneak up there and then I don't know, try to
Assassinate them?
either
Maybe
try to
if
assassinate them or
one
shove
of them was asleep and we had some sort of razor bone blade or something. Ha.
I mean, go invisible, try to sneak up there, get up to the tower, and like shove one off or shove both off.
Yeah, there's two of them up. Wait, is there two of them up there?
So
Yes.
there's two, yeah.
Looks like.
Yeah, if there's
Too
two
bad
of them up
nobody
there,
has
then you have to have
sneak attack.
somebody who can kill two people in one go without them being able to ring a bell.
Auburn says maybe the best way to do that is to take down the tower and just have it collapse.
Yeah, I think they'd hear that. Also, the bell's attached to the tower.
I mean,
Well, sneak attack can take care of one of them.
how much do we really need to stealth here?
Again, I suggested that we just let them come. They're gonna come up the stairs. That's literally a funnel.
Yeah.
Hell, get a bunch of them on the stairs. Alchemists fire the back of the stairs.
There's it's an easy choke point. There really is no reason not to. There's no reason to keep that bell from going off unless there's anybody out in the woods or something that's gonna call anybody that might be out of the camp right now. That's the only problem.
What are these guys again?
Oh, which guys?
Next to King.
Those are two bugbears.
Or a guy.
Okay.
Giant red hands on their face.
I mean, we can kill the wolves easily. We should be able to kill the hobgoblins easily. Bugbear's probably fine.
Taking bets
Whoever
now on
walks
who
out of this
the
big tent is probably okay, assuming we have the checkpoint or the choke point. I mean,
Well, I'm confident that Anton can kill at least one of those guards in the tower and then take out the other one in a one-on-one. That leaves the rest of you to post up by the choke point and keep
oh,
them all dying.
that is a confident boast there. I've got 2. The rest of you have the 16 others.
Oh, no, well, once I'm done there, I'll just lower the ladder, come back down, and help y'all.
well, hey, if need be, I've got 16.
Okay, so that's you for 2, you for 16, and I guess I'll just watch.
The rest of us have tea.
Hey, who knows? I mean, I guess we don't know if there's a ladder here for sure.
No, we've just been guessing.
Yeah.
Well, I think you suggested that there's probably a ladder, and then we
At
just
least
went
it's
with it.
probably a ladder access. We don't know if the ladder's there, though.
For all we know, they just climb up the rigging of the tower.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also a bed up there. For all we know, they were built into the tower,
Yeah.
and people throw food at them.
Or they, climb up there on a ladder and then take the ladder down.
And shit off the side of the tower.
Some nonsense. Yeah, I guess we just try and deal with the tower. And then go from there.
Okay, how you gonna do it?
At some point, someone's got to make a first move here.
Can also just burn down the tower if need be.
Again, they'll notice that.
And?
Well, there's only so much a plus 12 stealth can do, so if somebody could give Anton the invisibility potion unless somebody else needs it more.
Yeah, you can.
I just mean I don't know what the point of burning it down is, if for anything, really, because...
If we can't get up there.
Yeah, but then what's the point of burning it down?
The 2 dudes up there getting burned out.
I don't see it going to be much of a threat. If we're going to burn anything, burn the bridge. Not the bridge, the
ladder.
There.
stairs, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, because if we
have a
wind up
bunch of
getting
alchemist
underneath
fire.
that tower, they can't shoot down through the tower at it. Well, at least as far as we know.
We have a bunch of alchemist fire. It'll be fine.
How many alchemist fires do we have?
Like 11.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Some amount that gives us infinite uses.
All right, so if we want to try and scope out the tower and maybe take them out, then yeah, Anton's gonna have to pop that invisibility potion and sneak up to it.